your Norcast weather update. Brought to you by Angelic Health Palliative and Hospice Care. Wherever you call home, Angelic Health will meet your needs with a customized care plan for patients with a chronic and/or terminal illness. Visit angelic.health for more info.
Good late Sunday evening, meteorologist Bobby Klark here with an update on your forecast. Temperatures across the eastern half of the country not looking too bad out there, really, when you think about it. This is pretty much where we should be for this time of year. Maybe a little chilly down towards our friends in the south and east, but we still have the effects of that low pressure system slowly moving its way off to the Gulf of Maine. That's bringing that north to northwesterly flow, which is keeping the eastern seaboard right now on the chillier side. The good news is that's going to continue to move on off to the north and east, give us some patchy fog, unfortunately along the shoreline, but I think overall conditions will continue to improve, especially as we head throughout the day tomorrow, especially with most people being off tomorrow, thanks to the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. Temperatures right now looking at the upper 20s near 30 degrees, 30 in Vineland, 30 in Mays Landing, 30 in Hamilton, 30 also in Tuckerton, 29 in the state capital, and you're on that 195 corridor eastward towards Asbury Park right now. It's at the freezing mark, 32 degrees. So winds are still a little bit gusty out there, so it still will be a little bit chilly. And especially as you head towards the shoreline, there's a bit of an onshore flow setting up thanks to that low pressure system off to the north and east. So therefore, could see some patchy fog, especially as we head towards the daybreak hours tomorrow morning. As for futurecast, you can see a little bit of that fog there building, especially in the central Jersey coastline. That will continue to be the case as we head into tomorrow morning early on. We'll start to burn off as we head into, I think, later morning on into the midday hours. But if you're inland, looking pretty nice. We'll see sunshine to start the day off, and that will continue to be the case, I think, out most of the day before we start to see maybe some cloud cover push in, I think, later on in the day. That's thanks to a warm front that'll be pushing from our south and west. Temperatures for tonight, we'll get down to the pair of deuces as we head into mainland region. We'll see 24 along the shoreline. Again, north to northwesterly wind, not as bad as it's been, but unfortunately just enough to put a bit of a chill on there, especially tomorrow morning, but not as bad as it's been. So that's some good news. We were talking about wind chills in the teens, even single digits a couple nights ago. Thanks to that strong wind. Won't see that as we head into overnight tonight on into early tomorrow morning. As for your Monday, looking pretty nice out there. I think we'll have sunshine to start. I guess, unfortunately, though, along the shoreline, still have that influence of that coastal low, so we'll see, unfortunately, some low clouds and fog to deal with for a good portion of the morning through midday, but mostly sunny throughout most of the region itself before we start to see clouds filter, I think, later on in the afternoon on into the evening hours. Temperatures, as I mentioned, in the mid to upper 40s. Upper air patterns. So right now, again, we don't have any major intrusions of Arctic air. This over here is just simply the influence of that coastal low. That's why we're starting to see these purples and these blues, which gave us that night, unfortunately, that chilly raw day yesterday and kind of kept us, near normal for today, but still kind of felt chillier with that low, with those winds out there. Got to move on out of here, and we get a bit of a ridge. And what we're starting to see here is that there are Arctic air low pressure systems trying to get in here, but it's getting blocked. So unfortunately, or I guess you'd say fortunately for us, we're basically going to stay near, if not well above normal, but basically the blockade stops over the Great Lakes itself. So that will continue to be the case as we head into the next week itself. So we'll start to see, again, warming temperatures. Here comes that low pressure system. That'll be our next chance of seeing possibly some rain showers, I think, later on Thursday. But that's going to shoot off to the north and the east away from us. So therefore, there's really nothing really to talk about in terms of any kind of Arctic air moving in. We continue to push on into next weekend and on into the beginning of the week starting January 23rd, a week from tomorrow. Still not seeing any kind of major Arctic air out there for us at least. I mean, there is some ridging here going on. What we do have to watch, though, is out off to the west. Unfortunately, as I mentioned earlier today, California is just getting absolutely bombarded by storm after storm. And it looks like there's another powerful one that wants to drop down into Southern California. Got to watch that. So will we continue to see this ridging for us? Or will this be the one that actually knocks it out of here? The good news is it'll take probably to at least the end of January before we even start to see any kind of Arctic air if this thing truly does possibly pop into us. So plenty of time to watch for that. 7-day forecast for us. No Arctic intrusions for us, that's for certain. Tomorrow looking good as we head into the afternoon. Temperatures near 50 degrees. Tuesday 50, also mostly cloudy skies. Rain showers begin here as we watch low pressure approach as we head into Thursday. But look at those temperatures up and pushing the upper 50s. And again, as I mentioned, no real cold air behind it. As Friday, we're at 50 degrees. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Nick is off tomorrow, so I will see you tomorrow morning.